Greetings and welcome. How are we all feeling at the moment? Today's topic is on recognizing imperfection. And this can be so difficult for almost all of us. We don't like to believe that we're not perfect. We like to believe that we can do things well, and we always strive for it. That's the thing. We always expected to strive for perfection even though we're not perfect. And that is the innate motivation for us to do better so we can obtain more out of life. And if you don't recognize your imperfection, you cannot learn from your mistakes. Your imperfections are what shapes your reality, what shapes your characteristics as a person. Remember, we are all perfectly imperfect human beings. No matter what we do, we make mistakes daily, and we have to accept it, because if we don't accept that we make mistakes, then how can we move on in the future? How can we obtain better? How can we level up in life? We are all imperfect, and it's so sad that we are expected to function like robots, hours and hours and hours and days and days and days and weeks and months and years, and we don't realize how imperfect we are. No matter how much time, no matter how much effort you're going to put into something, you will not be perfect. And it's not just about practice does not make perfect. Practice makes permanently better, because we can't be perfect. Remember, our imperfections shape us, who we are, how we view things, our beliefs, our inner truths, our inner relationships. What limits us is what gives us character. It's what determines our strength and our resilience and our ability to take on challenges. And it can really build you into a very strong person if you build from your mistakes, because you can also self-destruct from it. Imperfections are make or break. If you choose to let your imperfections define you, then you are not going to be fulfilled, and you're going to believe that no matter what you do, it's not good enough. And what we don't realize is that our imperfections are what makes us relatable. We understand that we all have imperfections, and that's what makes us relatable, human, and being able to understand someone who's also imperfect, who also makes mistakes, who also doesn't realize the things that they do. And acting like you're perfect means that people are going to see you as fake, because people know very well that no one's perfect. And admitting to your imperfections and accepting your imperfections, what give you character, what give you strength, and it's what makes you relatable to other people. And people would rather choose someone who's more relatable and genuine than someone who constantly believes that they need to be perfect. And we learn through our imperfections. We learn through our limitations. We learn through what holds us back, what we do wrong. And we can only learn to do something right by learning how to do it wrong first. So it's how we learn. It's how we grow in our ability to think in a different way. And we also heal through our imperfections, because they are what tells us that we are not perfect, and we need to accept ourselves for who we are. And that brings about a lot of healing. So it's very important that you learn from your imperfections and you allow them to shape you and allow yourself to heal from them. And then how we process our imperfections will affect how we view the world and ourselves. Do you view it as, oh, I'm never good enough, nothing will ever be good enough? Or do you view it in a way that I'm enough, what I'm doing is enough? And even though it may not be perfect, it's my effort. It's me putting myself into this. And that can change the way you view your world. Because if you make mistakes and you view the world as imperfect and as a fallacy and as a flaw, then you're going to have a very bad perspective on life and yourself. So it's very important that you process your imperfections, and that will shape your reality and your inner relationship. Remember, imperfection is all about accountability. It's all about taking responsibility, being able to self-manage, implement self-control, say sorry, and realizing that we hurt others and we are not perfect in our relationships. But acknowledging that and accepting that and projecting that you know you're not perfect and you take responsibility for your flaws, then not only are you more relatable, but you learn easier and you grow from it as well. And admitting to your imperfections will help you move on in the future. So you won't stay so stuck in your past and your past mistakes and what you did wrong in the past and the people who wronged you in the past. If you admit, yes, I made mistakes in my past, I did things that I wasn't supposed to, but I know I'm not perfect. I know I did things wrong. I take accountability for that. And that is what's going to help you move on, because you're no longer held back by your mistakes. You're no longer held back by your limitations. In fact, you use them as weaponry to break through your limitations and your challenges. So it will definitely have an effect on how you move on in the future, depending on how you process your mistakes and your attitude towards you making mistakes. And improving on your mistakes makes you successful. Yes, because you build yourself up, you learn new things, you grow, you level up in life. And success doesn't have to be on this massive scale. Success is small things. I woke up an hour earlier today. I procrastinated less. And by knowing that you do these things, you are more self-aware and you are more able to limit the things that are not in your favor and maybe bad habits and things like that. But remember, we need to build on our mistakes, build or break. But the only way that we can truly learn and grow is if we build on them, not break ourselves down further. And through admitting to our mistakes and taking accountability and communicating that, we create strong bonds, because I know that the person you love is not perfect, and they will make mistakes and they will hurt you and they will disappoint you. But it also allows for more compassion, because you are a little bit more forgiving at the fact that we're not perfect. I mean, we all have busy minds, busy lives. We're not always concentrating on what's going on around us. Things happen. So we really need to take the chance to not only learn from our mistakes, but learn how to build relationships through taking accountability for mistakes. And remember, your intentions matter. If you are imperfect maliciously, if you say I'm imperfect but you have malicious intentions, That's deliberate. That's not a mistake. That's a decision. Once a mistake is repeated, it becomes a decision. And if your intentions were truly pure and you did not mean to do what you did, then you're going to find it easier, much, much, much easier to work through the conflict itself and to be able to learn and grow from that mistake, because you don't want that pain to emulate again. So remember, you are unique and valuable. Take care of that stunning person. Stay strong wherever you're from. You are worthy.